let's talk. No bigger show on the planet than, of course, The Walking Dead. Thanks for stopping by, guys, today.
Thank you.
All the Comic-Cons are big, but a show this strong going into its 10th season with some momentous changes, as always, and coming off a big panel. Talk to me about what it's like to receive that energy here at Comic-Con.
It's always amazing to come to Comic-Con and feel that energy because we are so, isolated where we shoot. That it's just amazing. And to come and to show the trailer so that everybody can see what we've been doing.
Yes.
And we can see it too, because it's
Yeah.
kind of like, I always wait till
You want to see it with them.
I see it with them. Well, we're backstage where there's a big screen back there, and you sort of have the responses that you're having with all those fans that are receiving the work for the first time. It's kind of fun. It's kind of a ritual of mine to just wait till that moment.
Is it bittersweet for you? This was obviously part of it is kind of officially announcing that this is the last season for you, and this role in this series has obviously been such a huge part of your growth as an actor. Were you looking kind of forward to it, or kind of dreading this kind of moment where like, this is kind of it? This is kind of the part of the long goodbye or the short goodbye for you.
Well, no, you're never looking forward to a goodbye. So it was very very emotional. It was more emotional than I expected. I thought I'll just say this. No, that's just not what happens. And with all that beautiful energy coming from the crowd, it's just that beautiful connection that that has always embraced me and embraced this show and embraced every one of us. It's such a family feel, and you're like stepping away from your family in a sense, but then the family is always forever in a sense. Mm-hmm. So it was very, it was beautiful, but it was very hard. It was hard.
Did you know that you were going? Had you planned to announce it today, or were we just going to feel it out?
No, they had. No, we had. It was very, very. Planned. But you don't know how it's gonna come out.
And even actually uttering it is probably just like that's an emotion. You can't help but feel the emotion in that moment. And what about the emotion of filming your last scenes? And I assume you've shot it by now.
Have I?
Well, talk to me. You must. If you haven't shot it, then you probably know what your departure is. Did it satisfy you to know how you were going out?
Absolutely. I think there's a stunning amount of work that Angela does with her team, and the way that they come at story and even allow you to participate is really it's just fantastic. And so I really felt able to not only participate and collaborate, but I also felt they had created such a great structure for how Michonne would leave the show that I felt very taken care of, and I felt really honored actually, because they really put you to task as an actor, as a storyteller, and you want to leave depleted.
Yeah.
And they definitely set that up for that to be the case.
Obviously an amazing series that in its DNA from the start has been about this kind of continuous evolution and departures of significant characters, but with Rick's departure, obviously, I'm sure, I don't know if you had questions like, is the show bigger than any one character? Do you have questions as there have been, you having been there from the beginning, if the show can survive anybody's departure? Is it a testament to you of the concept of the show that it continues to evolve in different ways?
I think so. I don't think in terms like that. Well, who else could go and we still survive another season? Oh, I'm getting scared. No, I kind of don't think in terms like that. I feel like there is enough story. There's enough interest in the characters in the story and the characters that are left. There's just so much built on top of them, and they carry so much and leave so much behind that, it could go on and on.
And also the amazing narrative that the new characters brought,
yes.
When every one of them stepped in, it was just, there was momentous narrative turns. And her coming in, Miss Kaylee coming in the middle of right as her father exits, she comes in the next episode, and it was a fantastic, well, actually in the same episode. And it was a fantastic way to say, and here's the future. Mm-hmm. And now we just follow her lead, literally for all things. She tells me how to do my taxes. Now I'm kidding, but she's really fantastic. So it really is. And then and of course with Avi and with Ryan, everybody has brought a turn and a new energy and a new character's backstory and forward story that just makes you keep leaning in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really is bigger than any one part, and the world is so complex that way. And these guys bring so much new great stuff. So so it keeps going.
So for those of you that have come a little later, including you, Kelly, as Danai just said, what's it like to come into this amazing set full of these amazing actors that know what they're doing? It's kind of run probably like a great machine by now. Is it intimidating, exciting when you kind of walk onto a set that's been doing this for so long?
When I first started of day one, I felt so welcome. I felt like part of the family, like just from the first second. And that was really cool for me. And then I get to work with all of these actors that have been doing it for so long. So it's really good because I can look up to them for inspiration of how to make my acting better.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
And for you guys, talk to me. There must be no other job or set like The Walking Dead, I would imagine. You know the kind of fervor there is around the show, the kind of quality that's been going for 9 seasons now. What's it like for you?
Yeah, I think it's a real danger that on a show that's been on for 9 seasons, that it could be machinery and it could be sort of people just coming to work and checking in. But from the moment I started on this show, to filming last week, everyone cares so much about what they're doing, and it is, Danai said, it is a family and it is an ensemble, and the show is, everyone is so invested in the story. I mean, I know, Danai, you and I have had many long car ride conversations talking about story and character and the text, and then sending notes back and forth and collaborating with the writers when we can, to really care and sort of drive story forward. And I think that's something very special that I've experienced, because it's not like that on every job.
Yeah.
But there's a real collaborative, creative, infectious energy that I think from top down is in the show.
Have you already noted, like, in your head, for any of you, like, you having shot some episodes or all the episodes, I'm not sure what, but like, you know what the moments will be that everybody's going to be talking about in this coming season? You must.
You never do.
Really?
Actually, you never
don't know
do.
anything.
You can assume, all the years I've been on the show, you can assume that's gonna do.
That's going to be the one.
Yes.
And then that's just like blip. And then this other thing comes out. You had no idea that would be the thing that people are talking about. It's kind of thrilling.
We watched the trailer. I mean, I saw the trailer for the first time today in the back, as the audience is in the front, and all of us are in the back there jumping and screaming and holding our breath, and it's all the same bated emotion that's out there in the front. We don't know anything.
So what about the experience of what you've shot so far this season? What's it been like? What can we look forward to? Is there anything you can tease in terms of what's to come for you?
For me, it's hot, very hot, and anything beta related is drenched in sweat. No, but for me, for me personally, I was just, I was such an enormous fan of the show to begin with. When I landed the job, it was one of those like dream scenarios where I got the call and I was like, oh my God, are they offering me beta? I was just over the moon. And also, just being an actor for a lot of the time, you hear this a lot of the time. You go, oh my God, we're like a family, we're like a family. And then, I'd heard the rumors of this set and how it really was a family. And I was just like, yeah, well, we'll see about that. Right. And I showed up, and it was so unbelievably welcoming, so unbelievably like warm, that it really, it's really hard to put into words. It's not just the cast, the crew, the material. There's something really special that happens. That's the sort of the aura of this show is really profound, and I'm just really glad to be a part of it.
I mean, obviously recently, over on the comic side, and I know, like, obviously one of the testaments of the show is you've kind of gone on your own directions, but Kirkman, abruptly ended it. Nobody knew it was going to happen. Did you guys have any idea yourselves?
Yeah, he told me.
Just you. You're the one. Yeah. But I mean, does that indicate?
He called me up. He asked me. He was like, "I'm thinking about doing this thing."
think I should?
I was
Yeah.
like, "You sure, man?" It's like pretty abrupt. I was like, "Yeah, you go for it, pal. You do it."
Part of me wonders, like, could the show do that? Could the show just not announce it and then suddenly it's the last episode? Is that a crazy idea?
Does it work like
Angela?
that? I don't know.
I don't know.
if it works like I don't know.
That's above
Like, cut to commercial. Don't come back. Like,
Yeah, like you have
All I'm saying is you
Sounds
guys.
inventive.
Chris Hardwick will just show up and say, "That's it."
That's it. Look, you guys have kept us on our toes
It
for
could
9
work
years.
that
I'm
way.
saying.
But it's a very hard secret to keep.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I mean, that's interesting.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just throwing it out
I don't
there,
think I
guys.
would want it to, though.
And then we started with you, Danai, and it just like ending. I mean, this role in particular, do you think about in terms of how it launched you to a different kind of level and opened up new opportunities for you? Do you look at it in those terms?
Oh, of course. You know, I can't even. I was saying, as I was saying on the panel, it's really been one of the purest joys of my life, and I could never have imagined being a part of something like this and getting to explore a character like this and the way I've gotten to explore her. And absolutely, it definitely has allowed me to, you know, connect with many people in many different places, very unexpected places. People are Walking Dead fans, and so yeah, it has been. It's been one of the purest joys of my life, and I could not express gratitude enough for it.
Presumably, we're going to see you in the yet officially unannounced Black Panther sequel. I saw Chadwick recently, and I asked him about, are we going to see Killmonger back? I feel like we're going to see Killmonger back. Do you have a vote? Should we? It's kind of like a split thing. Do we want to see Michael B. back, or should we leave well enough alone?
We all love Michael. You can never get enough Michael B.
Right?
I mean, you can never get enough Michael B. We all know this.
Just leave an exception. Like, death is fine, but let's bring that guy back one more time.
What's fine?
I'm just saying, like, you know, a good
I
death
hear
is
you.
pretty cool in a movie,
All
but...
right. Listen. Listen.
Sweat. I can see the sweat.
Suddenly, the temperature
Oh, no,
got
listen,
up.
literally, I have no information.
You know
That's
nothing.
the beauty of our conversation right now. My brain is vacant.
I
of
can't get
information.
anything 'cause you
All-
know nothing.
Mr. Kugler says, "Tell him we're working hard, and you're in it." So that's all he told
Okay,
me.
breaking news.
There you go. That's all I got for you.
An exclusive. Well, we're excited eventually when it comes.